time, and I thought maybe I'd just put a little video out here, kind of explain to everybody, what I've been doing. So yeah, I got out of the practice I was in that I'd built, the criminal defense practice, DWI defense, MissouriTrafficTickets.com, about 10 years ago. Probably started phasing out of that firm. Just, a little bit tired of going to court. Didn't want to do that anymore. I was tired of spending all my time in a suit in a car in a courtroom. And so sold that practice. And MissouriTrafficTickets.com is still up and running. Some great guys are running that. It's still out there. If you get a traffic ticket, you should absolutely still go to MissouriTrafficTickets.com and get that ticket taken care of. But since then, I started looking for other things to do, and I'll get into this more in maybe some future videos, but I saw some things happen in my own family that got me interested in estate planning. Basically, I saw it go wrong a couple of times, and as a lawyer, I was like, why did this happen? So I started doing some research into estate planning, and I got real deep in the rabbit hole about what works, what doesn't work, what's being done right, what's being done wrong, and wrote my own estate plan for my own family, and then started writing estate plans for other members of my family, and realized, this is something that I like. I'm interested in this, and got into some issues with using estate planning products and other structures for asset protection for business owners and other folks, realized the cost of long-term care, what it was doing to Missouri families, losing farms and things like that. So kind of did what I always do, built a system to make estate planning work better. And so that's what I'm doing now with Worsham Law Firm. We're based in Rogersville now, my hometown. I want to be close to home. We may move back into Springfield at some point, I don't know. But we're just short, 7-8 minutes east of Springfield now in our office in Rogersville. We got a good staff. I've got other lawyers working for me now, a lot of paralegals. We're doing online workshops at worshamworkshops.com. One of the things I've realized was problem with estate planning is people just didn't know. There wasn't a lot of good information out there where people could get an understanding of the why of estate planning and some of the tools. And so I started doing workshops, and then I turned that workshop into a book, which is available on Amazon. It's called Will's Trustee Guide to Wills and Trusts. It's on Amazon, but you can download a PDF of it for free. I'm probably going to drop the link in this video after I've done going live. So that if you want, you can click the link and you can download a PDF version of that book for free. I think there's actually an Audible version if you want to listen to an AI version of me read it. It's out there, so you could do that. There's a workbook I made that goes along with that called Will's Trustee Guide to Wills and Trusts, the workbook. So I'm a lawyer. I see the question come up here, what do I do for a living? I got a law degree from University of Missouri back in 1996, back in the late 1900s, and I was a prosecutor for a while. And then I opened my own criminal defense firm and built a business called MissouriTrafficTickets.com. So I do that. I did that for a while, and then, like I said at the beginning of this video, I sold that, and I just do estate planning and asset protection stuff for folks these days. So kind of semi-retired, but I do live workshops. There's actually a recording of the workshop available online too. If you go to worshamworkshops.com, you can click a link and you can find when it's being replayed at some point. But, my goal was just to make sure that what happened in my own family, as far as there were some folks that just through divorces or remarriages and premature deaths ended up, grandparents, what they had didn't go to their grandchildren. It got diverted down the road. So, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm a big Johnny Cash fan. In fact, a lot of times I wear a black jacket most of the time. So, and then I've got a picture over here on the other wall of my uncle Randy, who passed away about 15 years ago. He's playing guitar on stage with Willie Nelson. So I'm a hillbilly, by the way. I'm in Southwest Missouri. I grew up here, so I'm kind of proud to be a hillbilly. So it's kind of my roots around here. So thanks to everybody that's watching this video, man. I didn't really expect to have a lot of live viewers when I did this, but I'm pretty happy about it. So that's pretty cool, and I appreciate you guys commenting and let me interact with you here. So, my thought was I'm just going to keep doing some of these videos a couple times a week, maybe tell people what I've learned as a lawyer, and seeing estate planning go wrong in my own family. What I've learned about how to make estate planning go right. And then the asset protection, which once I got down the rabbit hole, I realized that's kind of a big deal. I started learning what a lot of other people did that kind of were in the know. I guess you'd say rich people, that they do to make sure that their assets aren't subject. If they get sued, you can't get their stuff. It's just out of reach. They use some of those structures to help structure and get some tax advantages. And I've been learning about all of that. Kind of built a little small firm here in my little hometown where we kind of do that. And yeah, I guess, it's getting pretty popular. We've got a lot of people that come from all over to come and see us when they learn what we can do here. But just take a kind of a different approach. We don't bill by the hour. I think that's a stupid way to bill. Clients, I don't think it's good for lawyers. I don't think it's good for clients because, and I say this in one of the other books I wrote, The Lawyer Without a Suit. It's just that, like, so you hire me as a lawyer and you want me to do the absolute best job I can, completely thorough, tip top, but you want me to do it in the shortest amount of time possible because I'm billing you by the hour. So it just doesn't make sense. So we don't do any hourly. Well, we do a little hourly billing for people that want us to, but for the most part, we don't do any hourly billing here. We find out what you want, what your goals are, and then we go, well, this is what we can do it for, and that's what we do it for. It's kind of a flat fee. If you're interested in us doing estate planning or talk about some of that stuff, we've got some. If you go to that, if you go to the link that I'm going to drop down here and download the book for free, I think it'll give you an opportunity to make a free consultation, either online Zoom or in person if you happen to be local here in Southwest Missouri, that you can meet with us and we can talk about that. But anyway, I didn't intend to be on here anywhere near this long, honestly, but I was trying to answer some questions here from people that were commenting. So I did that. And anyway, I'm going to hop off here in a little bit. I'm going to try to drop those links that I promised in the comments or in the description. It's the first time I've gone live on YouTube, so I'm not really sure how all that works. But I'll try to drop those on here, and then, maybe I'll pop back on. Yeah, okay, that quick question got down there from Australia. So it's going to vary state to state. Missouri, where I'm at, doesn't have any estate tax, so that's a good thing. Now, the United States has a inheritance tax. It's built on it's based on the value of the estate. Now, right now, anything, you have a lifetime exemption for gifting, which includes your testamentary gifts as part of your estate plan. It doesn't matter if it's through a trust or a will or regular type of succession. But that lifetime exemption is about 15 million per person. So most folks don't run afoul of that here. So if your entire estate for an individual is less than 15 million, and married couples are allowed to use these others exemptions for a bit, it's almost up to 30 million. So most folks aren't running into an estate tax problem in the U.S. because of federal law. But then you got to consider each state may or may not have a state tax implication as well. In Missouri, where I'm at, we don't. So Air Down Adventures, thank you for the question. I'm glad I could answer that for you. And, like and subscribe to the channel, I guess, is what I'm supposed to say at this point. And you'll see if I have anything else to say here. I'll try to pop on maybe a couple times a week, just whatever's on my mind, and let you know. But hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this off. Yeah, Texas. Sorry, I didn't jump off quick enough. But I saw that. Yeah, Texas. I don't know about Texas law. I'm not a Texas lawyer, so can't help you there. Sorry.